Welcome students, welcome to my next video. Now in this video, I am going to speak more about Supreme Court. If you look at your textbook, the textbooks gives you a very sketchy way of the Supreme Court. Here in this video, I am going to give you the details. Now as we know, Supreme Court is an apex court. Beyond this court, there is no other court where we can appeal. So whatever the decisions taken by the judge of the Supreme Court is final. Now, first, I would like to speak about composition of Supreme Court. How many judges are there? And who appoints these judges? That's a question. Now let me tell you, the Supreme Court consists of Chief Justice and 30 other judges. They are appointed by the President in consultation with the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts besides the Cabinet. Now what is the term of the office of the judges or the Chief Justice? The judges of the Supreme Court can hold the office till the age of 65 years. A judge can be removed from the office by the President with the process of impeachment on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity in the if a resolution to this the effect is passed by special majority in each house, both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, and 2/3 majority of the members should vote, and then the person can be removed or the judges can be removed from the post. Now, my dear students, we'll see qualification. Now, what are the qualifications to become the judge of the Supreme Court? The person who wants to be the judge of the Supreme Court should be, one, a citizen of India. He should be a distinguished jurist or High Court judge for at least 5 years, or an advocate of High Court for 10 years continuously. So these are the qualifications for the member of or to be the judge of the Supreme Court. Now we will see why Supreme Court is considered to be independent, or it is an independence of judiciary. There are several reasons. One, appointment of the judge of the Supreme Court is done by the President, because if some other people are going to appoint, they will come under political pressure. So in order to avoid that, the President appoints the judges of the Supreme Court in consultation with the cabinets and the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court. Now, the removal of judges. Who can remove the judge? Not the Prime Minister, but again, the President, through the process of impeachment. If it is proved that the judge is working not according to the constitution, or proved misbehavior or incapacity, the person can be removed. The judge can be removed by the president, but through impeachment. Second, the security of the tenure of the judges. They can remain in power till the age of 65. Then, the security of salaries and service conditions. Freedom to announce decision and decrees in the court. They need not fear about to anybody. They can give their decision. They are not going to be punished by any of the political leaders for the decision. Then, if a decision is taken by the judge, the parliamentarians, they don't have any right to discuss about that judge who has taken the decision. And prohibition of the practice after retirement. That is, a person who is the judge of the Supreme Court afterwards, he or she cannot practice their profession. They are prohibited. Now, we will see the power and functions of the Supreme Court jurisdiction. First one, original jurisdiction. The Supreme Court has original jurisdiction in all disputes between union and states, as well as between the states. That's called original jurisdiction. Next one is appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction means the power to grant special leave to appeal against judgment delivered by any lower court in the country. If I am not satisfied with the decision given by my district court, I will go to High Court. Again, in the High Court, if I am not satisfied, I can move to the Supreme Court. Now, let us go to the last subtopic. What are the functions? Now, there are several functions that are carried out by the Supreme Court. One is settlement of dispute. Supreme Court hears and appeals in respect of original or appellate jurisdiction. It can be between the states. It can be state and a union. So, settlement of dispute is one of the functions of the Supreme Court. Second one is enforcement of fundamental rights. Supreme Court has a power to issue rights, to the enforcement of the fundamental rights. If any of our fundamental rights have been encroached by a government officer or a political party or maybe a person in society, we can appeal to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is the protector of our fundamental right. Advisory jurisdiction. The President of India may refer to Supreme Court of any question of law or a fact of sufficient importance for its opinion, and an opinion so expressed is not binding on the President. Next is judicial review. Supreme Court has a power to review laws passed by the union or state legislature They can declare the law as ultra vires or null or void if it goes against the spirit of the Constitution. The next one is Supreme Court is a court of record. Supreme Court is a court of record whose judgments are recorded for the evidence and the testimony. And last but not the least, it is the guardian of the Constitution. Supreme Court is the final interpreter of the Constitution. So, my dear students, thus I come to an end of this video. If you like this video, please do like it. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it. And if others are not aware of this video, please give the awareness by sharing the link. Thank you.